going on, beautiful beings and conscious co-creators? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today's video is going to be a March predictions 2022. Okay, I know I skipped February and January, that's my bad, but I'm here with March and we're gonna jump right into it. I'm doing this a little different than usual, mostly because I wanted to start incorporating more and more things into my readings to give you guys a little bit more of a deep dive. So with these predictions, these March predictions or monthly predictions from here on out, not only are we going to be doing a pick a card style with charms over here, but I also want to start doing a collective reading, basically just giving a energy read for the month of March for the general collective. Also, I want to, within this same reading, do a new moon. I'm just going to do a quick pull of cards for the new moon and the full moon that are coming up, and then we'll go into the pick a cards. So it's going to be jam-packed. I'm going to have timestamps all down below if you know anything that I said was confusing. But yeah, that's just kind of give you the lay of the land of like how I'm going to be doing these predictions from here on out. So first things first, I wanted to let you guys know that, well, we are in Pisces season, of course. Pisces season started a couple of weeks ago on the 19th of February, and we are going full force into Pisces season as we're approaching March, okay? So we do have a new moon coming up on March 2nd, 2022, and we have a full moon coming up on March 18th of 2022. And if you guys are not aware, I love to do full moon intentional rituals, whether it's actually lighting a candle, whether it's a bath, whether it's just sitting down and setting an intention and meditating on it. I try to do things that are intentional surrounding the moon cycle, and that's been something that's pressing on my mind to start doing actually on this channel so that you guys can kind of understand where I'm like, just kind of add some more layers to the spiritual work that you do for your life. So if you don't know, this is how I interpret, new moon energy and full moon energy. So new moon energy to me is about bringing in, inviting in. Okay, so it's about speaking what you want. New moon is the best time, in my opinion, to start really manifesting. New moon is the best time to start speaking intentions on things that you want to begin. Full moon, in my opinion, this is my perspective, full moon is all about purging. Full moon is all about releasing, getting rid of, expelling, So if I was thinking more on a spiritual side, if I was looking at doing some sort of work, a full moon would be where I would go into doing some sort of healing work, doing some sort of work with myself as far as if I notice certain negative behaviors or patterns or thoughts about myself, I would use that new moon energy to kind of work with myself on those things that don't serve me. And I would use the new moon to bring in things, to do a money spell or to do a, a protection spell, things of that nature. So that's kind of how I look at the moon cycle, or the two major moon cycles, the new moon and the full moon. So I want to just give you guys a quick card pull when it comes to the new moon. So I'm going to start with the new moon because that new moon is coming up first. Again, new moon is on March 2nd. So that gives you enough time if you want to go out and get some supplies, get some materials, candles, stones, what have you. I want to say, that, this is really just supposed to be for setting a reminder. This reading, I want you guys to look at these new moon and full moon readings as just something to keep in mind when you're focusing on doing new moon rituals, like what to keep in mind as far as when you're writing down your intentions, when you're burning your intentions over flame, or I hit the microphone, however you do that. Okay, so for new moon, we have 5 of Swords. So off the bat, I'm thinking with that 5 of Swords, maybe focusing this new moon energy into asking spirit for protection is what I'm seeing from that. I'm also seeing, setting forth intentions to be more focused when it comes to goal setting. I know that in March, usually it's around after February, where people's intentions and resolutions that they set forth for the new year of January tend to kind of go out the door. And so if you guys are feeling that way, new moon would be a good opportunity. I'm not going to read these cards in reverse today. I'm going to read them upright. But if you guys were kind of feeling like, I'm feeling kind of sluggish, or I'm feeling kind of, whatever resolution I set, at the beginning of the new year, maybe you said you were going to work out, maybe you said you're going to eat a little better, and, that's all went to hell in a handbasket at this point. Well, maybe start to plan out, March 2nd as being the year of restarting that resolution, and deciding, I'm not going to let any excuses get in the way of my goals. So, maybe to kind of use, the March 2nd as a day of reflection on, what did you decide to do? What did you plan to do in January that you're not doing today? Vision boards help with that tremendously. I will say that as well. So it's never too late to start a vision board. Okay. Don't think that you have to do it on a new year. You can do it as soon as the thought hits your head and resonates, do it. So and the Judgment comes in as well next to Three of Pentacles. I'm seeing, not only kind of looking back on some of the resolutions that you did, but looking back on maybe some of you guys have completed a journey recently. And I'm talking any kind of specific journey. Like, again, my mind goes to health. So for some of you guys, this may be health related, because I keep wanting to go back to health and fitness and diet. So if you were recently on a journey and you've started to kind of go backwards in that journey, or maybe something has happened, an event has happened, which could be this Five of Swords energy too. If something has happened, I don't want you guys to feel like, all is lost, like there's no hope. Okay, that discipline that you had that got you to where you were initially, that's still inside of you. And I want you guys to pull from a deeper place, because some of you guys are looking around your situation. Like I said, I think something may have happened that made you fall off the fall off the wagon, or, fall out of the loop, and you're just having a hard time getting back to where you were. And I just want to say that hope is not lost. That person inside of you that was disciplined, that was mature, that was wise, that's still inside of you, and it's only an intention and choice away. Okay, and also seek. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Okay. It's so interesting. I set the intentions of starting to be more physically active. And I had a friend of mine recently, she's doing her own personal fitness journey. And we actually decided we were going to start going to the gym together. So I think it's very interesting, even for me, that this would apply. But it's a situation like that where, if somebody is around you that's doing something similar, and you feel like it would be a lot easier to keep you consistent or accountable, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Okay. What else for the new moon? Any advice for the new moon? For the collective, please. Okay, what was that? Magician. Everything that you have is at your, it's right in front of you. Everything that you need. Some of you guys may be feeling like you don't have enough of something. You don't have enough knowledge. You don't have enough skill set. You don't have enough money. This card is coming in and it's saying that your mindset needs to shift, because everything that you need in order to progress forward is in front of you. So maybe an intention that you can set for this new moon would be for Spirit to open your eyes so that you can see the tools and resources that are right in front of you and right at your convenience. Because maybe some of you guys are overlooking that, and that's leaving you dormant in experiencing life the way you want to, whether that is, a job, whether that is, love, whatever that is. You may be thinking, I'm not ready, I'm not there. And in the case, that the actual, fact of the matter is that you are there. It's just, you have to believe it. Okay. So that's new moon right there. Now, like I said, I'm going to pull just a couple. This isn't meant to be a long reading, because there's a bunch more to do, but I just wanted to pull in some words or some cards for the full moon, which I said again is releasing. We already have Knight of Cups that just kind of decided it didn't want to cooperate with the deck. So we're going to keep that one out. So we have the Knight of Cups. And again, full moon is about releasing. Full moon is about purging. Full moon is about expelling the things that do not serve you, that you're realizing. And full moon for the month of March is March 18th, 2022. Okay. So I'm going to pull some from the top. Okay. So off bat, Knight of Cups came out initially, and then we have the Nine of Wands, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm going to tell you off the top, some of you guys really need to work on your relationships. I see relationships needing to be given a once over. I see with this Knight of Cups here that, there's someone in your life that's very charming, that's telling you exactly what you want to hear. And, I'm kind of, let me clarify here. What I'm seeing here with the Knight of Cups, and then I clarified with the Queen of Cups right here, is some of you guys, I'm seeing it's time to take your relationship seriously. If you are entertaining someone or entertaining many people or entertaining the concept of, flying single still, I'm seeing here that maybe now is a good time to take this relationship a little more seriously. Okay. So if I feel like there's this one person that's in your life right now that is very available to you, that is very affectionate and loving towards you, that treats you how you want to be treated, but you're not really taking it seriously. You're just kind of like, oh, they're there, but you're making excuses. And I feel like you think that this person is going to be around. And I don't want you guys to miss out on that opportunity. So if that is you, I would take the time on the full moon to do some love work. I would take the opportunity in the full moon to do some work on whatever the sphere is. So a lot of us, especially women, when we get hurt, sometimes we don't want to open ourselves up again. Sometimes we walk around kind of, tainted, or we walk around kind of like with a hardened heart. We don't open ourselves up to love again. And I see here over with the Four of Pentacles, like there is a bit of guarding, but I want you guys to know, and I'm going to go deeper into this because we are doing love, life, and career, or money, finances, in the individual pick a card. So, I will kind of touch on love, life again, but for those of you guys full moon wise, this would be a good opportunity I'm seeing for some love work, just so that, you're making sure you're not stopping a blessing that Spirit is trying to give you. Then we have the Fool card. The Fool card that wanted to come out, and I don't know, something's just telling me to keep pulling some cards, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles, and then we have Fool card. Yeah. Whoever this person is has the ability to give you some happiness. I see prosper. I see joy and pleasure. This is a card of family, essentially. It's the dream that, a lot of us, especially women, a lot of us want. We want a stable partner. So I really want to say, if you guys have that person, you're like, I wonder if this is the person. I wonder if this is my person. I think it is. I think what these cards are saying is it is. And then we have the Two of Cups over here, which really talks about being one with someone, or being one and being passionate about it. Being, one side. That's not even what I'm trying to say. Basically, Two of Cups is just like, for me, it's reinforcing that this is love. This is real love. And this is something worth taking the, sorry, I heard my door open. This is kind of the epitome, the spread of like taking a chance, taking a leap of faith. I think that you are ready. There's some hesitancy, but I feel like you would be this Queen of Cups. And, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe you're kind of saying like, oh, I don't think this is the person because maybe they're a little younger than you, or maybe they, don't really seem to have all of their ducks in a row. And so you're feeling like, oh, that can't be the person. But I think it is. And I think they can add a lot of value, but you would have to kind of lower that guard. With the Nine of Wands here, you're going to have to lower that guard. Okay. So that's what I got for the full moon. Some things to focus on is love work, and also focusing on, you know, kind of breaking down some of the barriers that maybe you kind of have. Okay. So yeah, that's what I have for full moon. Now we're going to get into the collective reading. Now, as I said before, this is a collective reading. We're doing pick a cards right after that. And the collective reading is just going to give us a general energy read for the month of March. You know, what is the energy that we can all expect to feel going into March of 2022. Okay. Now, the pick a cards are going to, like I said earlier, they are going to encompass your love life, your actual day-to-day life, and then we're going to talk about career and finances. That is something I'm very passionate about, so we are going to cover that topic as well. And this is just going to give us an overview. It's kind of like a forecast, this reading is. So we're gonna, thank you. We already have it out, how the card came out. This is Penguin, and the word is authentic. The card reads, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. Ashe. So that's the overall card. That's the overall energy. And I'm going to pull from the self-care deck, and then we'll pull some regular tarot. So again, this card's coming out and it's saying be authentic. Okay. And as I was saying earlier with the card from the new moon, you know, reaching out to people and collaborating, because there was a Three of Pentacles card that came out. And so, you know, this card is saying, you know, if you're feeling particularly critical of yourself, if you're feeling particularly down and out, don't be afraid to reach out to family and loved ones. And by family, of course, you know, we mean, you know, those who care about you, those who have a genuine interest in wanting you to win and succeed. You know, don't be afraid to go to these people for a, you know, boost. Sometimes we can't be 100%. And in those times, those are the times where we need someone to speak life to us. Actually, just take my sweater off. It is getting quite hot in here. Much better. And you know, it's interesting. Hubby and I were just watching part 1 and 2 of the Kanye West. I don't know what it's called. Genius. I don't know. I don't know what the show is called on Netflix, but we were watching that, and you know, I just found it. I was the most fascinated by how the dynamic between Kanye West and his mom Donda, and really, particularly about her reaction, her responses to him. You can tell that she had a genuine love and appreciation for her son, and I really love the way she always spoke life and positivity into his life. You can tell that was definitely an anchor for him, like she was his anchor. And I just think that's so beautiful. And so I want to tell you guys, if you have someone like that in your life, if you have someone that you can identify as like an anchor for you, someone you can go to and kind of talk to, and they can, you know, basically boost you up when you're down and speak life into you when you've lost your way. And you know, even if they have to correct you, because there were things that she said where they did kind of come off like they were correcting him, but because she did it in such a loving way, it didn't seem like actual critique or criticism. It was out of love. That's super important. So, you know, I want to tell you guys, if you have someone like that in your life, then, you know, spend March kind of reaching out to them, because some of you guys may be actually needing that. Okay. Some of you guys may be needing that positive reinforcement in your life. Cause sometimes, you know, in life, we can't be 100%. As I said before, sometimes we need that person. And if that's somebody, if you don't have anybody like that, some of us don't. If you don't, I would highly suggest you start putting some affirmations out there in the universe for the universe to bring you someone who is able to do that. Okay. So anyway, what else for the collective regarding March 2022? Let's pull from the top. Write a gratitude list. Here go my favorite word again. You guys know, or you should know by now, I love me a good gratitude session. And I'll say it, as I said it before, gratitude is the quickest way to boost your mood, your frequency. I'm feeling though, like, let's see, plan a vacation. I'm feeling like, guys, that March may be a emotional roller coaster for some people. That's what I'm sensing. And maybe that's why these cards are coming out in a way where it's like, hey, okay, just so you have all these tools, you have these things that you can do and look forward to, so that whenever life comes and hits you, you're able to recover. It's kind of like, making sure you have your parachute before you get on the plane, or making sure the parachute is intact before you jump out the plane. It's kind of like one of those things where like something is coming, an event is happening, and I'm going to pull one more card off the top of that. Build strength. Ashe. Something is coming, something is going to happen, and it's going to call you to stay in your character, whatever that is. Don't let anybody pull you out of your character. This is a test, collective. This is a test. Okay, and I'm not even surprised that this is coming out the way it is because, we have the mess going on right now with Russia and Ukraine, China and Taiwan. We have that happening in real time right now, right? And I think that the fact that that's even happening at the end of February, March is just going to be kind of rough for some of us as far as the collective is concerned, emotionally, as far as testing our reality, testing our faith even. So it's important that you remember who you are, because the test is really going to test who you are, basically. And so, when you feel like you're getting down and out, being able to write a gratitude list, being able to find things like thoughts that are easy to reach for, that make you feel good in those times, that is something that is going to help you maneuver this month of March when it comes to the emotional test that we're supposed to be encountering. Okay, planning a vacation. This may not be literal for some of us. This may just be being able to get away from our environment. If that means taking a second and going out for a walk, if that means literally going somewhere for a weekend and just relaxing, going to a beach and putting your feet in the water and just, taking a step away from the day to day and allowing yourself to meditate in your environment. That's basically what I'm seeing from this card here. And then there's an inner strength here that we would need to focus on. We want to focus on making sure that we are spiritually strong. Again, I think this is a test. This is really coming out as like a test for a lot of us within the collective. Okay, so I want to give you guys some more advice and what to kind of expect for the month of March regarding this. So what should we expect regarding this test in the month of March for the collective, please? What can we expect? Thank you. Queen of Cups. I'm going to leave that in reverse. I'll leave this deck in reverse. Queen of Cups came out. I'm going to shuffle real quick. So Queen of Cups comes out in reverse. And so you can expect how do I say this? You can expect for things that you may have already been putting into place, systems that you may have been putting into place. You can expect those systems to start messing up. Okay, so let's say, for example, you set up a workflow. Let's say you set up a workflow and you're like, okay, this is my workflow, or this is my work schedule. This is what's going to make the most sense for me. Or let's say you set up some sort of schedule. I'm hearing schedule or some sort of plan, even within your household. Like you set up something that everyone is supposed to be abiding by, or you're supposed to be abiding by. It's supposed to make your life easier. If you did that, don't be surprised if it just completely dismembers. It doesn't work out. People aren't following it, or it becomes something difficult for you to follow. Don't be surprised about that. Again, these are all tests. They're supposed to, every time, and I want you to guys to understand, collective, every single time you are manifesting or trying to attract something into your life, you will be tested. You will. You will. There's either a test happening right before or right after. Right before or right after. And the goal is to get good at not being fazed by the fact that it didn't happen the way you wanted to, or it didn't last as long as you wanted to, or something happened within that situation that kind of knocked you off. Like, the point is, can you really stay anchored in your faith and your belief? Okay, so I feel like how you respond to these things happening around is going to really tell a lot. It's gonna say a lot about where you are maturity wise. So I'm seeing that right now. And then we have, are all of these in reverse? Hold on, I saw Tyler's tarot do that before. And I always wanted to try it. All right, so I just kind of mixed them up. We got 8 of Swords here and Chariot here. So yeah, March is okay. Thoughts are going to be delayed. You're going to, if you consider yourself a very, sharp person mentally, like, you're mentally witty and, you're able to, immediately respond back to something, you maybe you can expect some delays in, as far as like maybe memory recall. You can expect some delays as far as, not quite knowing exactly what to say or how to respond. Those of you guys who are really quick with it, you can bounce easily back. Like, expect some sort of recovery process now. There's nothing wrong with that. I think March is really meant to slow us down, is what I'm feeling like. It's meant to slow us down so that we can strengthen our inner being. Okay, like we need, there's something that's like, I feel like every time we're supposed to be slowing down physically, it means that it's supposed to be stimulating the mental or the internal part, the internal being. So sometimes our life will slow down, especially as we become more spiritually awake. Sometimes we need to have that balance of physical matrix side and mental, spiritual, internal side, the part that reconnects us back with our soul. Okay. And so expect some delays when it comes to participating in this physical reality. And but by delays, I mean, expect for things to just not happen as quickly as you're used to them happening. And that's your reactions. Those are your emotions. Because I see things kind of being stopped, stopped basically. You have 8 of Swords here with the Chariot, where this is definitely March is going to be something, isn't it? And it's funny because it's Pisces season, and we have 10 of Wands in reverse here. Pisces season is going to be a woozy for us. Okay, it's challenging us, and the fact that even with the 8 of Swords coming out, the 8 of Swords is all about mental imprisonment, basically, which means it's in your head. It's how you perceive yourself. So we can all be experiencing the same thing, but all of us may have our different perspectives or interpretations on what is happening to us. And some of us are going to be tested on what's happening. So even though for 2 of us, it may be perfectly fine, 2 of us are really going through it with the same scenario. And it's because it's testing that strength. Some of us are spiritually stronger than other people. So those of you guys who are maybe even new into this spiritual process, this awakening, this uncovering who you are, figuring out what it is that you want, how you want your life. Some of you guys who are new into that, this month may come and really bring forth a lot of lessons for you guys. And I want you to keep that in mind, that everything that happens to us on this planet, it happens for a reason, and there's a lesson in everything. And instead of trying to find ways to victimize yourself as far as why is this happening to me, woe is me, everyone needs to feel sorry for me, find the deeper meaning, find the deeper meaning as far as what happened to me. If I didn't like what happened to me, what lesson am I supposed to learn so that I don't have to continue to experience that? Because like I said, sometimes there are things that happen to us where our soul just came and I wanted to experience that. And you just have to take it for what it is. Learn to grow, learn to move from it, learn to not be tainted by it, learn to not be jaded, and learn to just continue to move forward and experience life, okay? So, collective, I hope that helps you guys with kind of getting an understanding of what to expect from March. Not necessarily the most lightest and brightest thing, but like I said, over here, we do a lot of shadow work. We respect shadow work and what it's supposed to do. And it's necessary. We understand that. And so I feel like that's going to be a lot of people's situation in this upcoming month is shadow work. So definitely sending some healing energy to you guys, those of you guys who that even remotely resonated with. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the pick a card. So give me a second and we will be right back. All right, what's going on, beautiful beings and conscious co-creators? I am redoing this intro because we are here for the pick a cards. Okay, and as I said before, we're doing pick a cards and charms, and this is the third part of my March predictions video. Okay, so pick a card style as usual. If you're not used to pick a cards or unfamiliar with the way I do mine, please take a second to go down to the description box to read up on who I am, or if you're new to this channel even, who I am is down there, what I am not, child, timestamps, all of that is down there. But in short, you're just going to pick one of these. If it really resonates with you to pick two, then by all means pick two. It is your reality. That is your business. Do what feels right for you. But we're going to have this white stone. These are not even real stones. I don't know where I got these from actually, but found them, so I'm going to use them. So this one is white, so we're going to have this be like the white group, I guess. That's going to be group 1, so group 1 is white. Group 2 is this pink little stone, and then group 3, we're going to have this be purple. Even though it probably doesn't come up on camera as purple, I promise you it is. So we're going to have the white group, the pink group. Oh God. There we go. We're going to have the white group, the pink group, and we're going to have the purple group here. So take a second to meditate on what group you want. If you need to, if you don't, you got it. Timestamps down below. I'm going to go ahead and start with group 1, but I will see groups 2 and 3 at your timestamp. All right, let's go. Let's get started. All right, what's going on, group 1? I am here. Group 1. Let's call you the white group. All right. What is going on? This sounds so weird. White group. Okay, guys, whatever. Call yourselves what you want. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and jump into your reading, okay? So we're talking about the month of March. Okay, we're going to be talking about what is going on in group 1's life. What can they expect in the month of March? What's supposed to be happening for these people, these guys? Thank you. Inner wellspring. I have an inner wellspring of love that luxuriously overflows with abundance. I'll read that again. Inner wellspring. I have an inner wellspring of love that luxuriously overflows with abundance. I'll pick one more card and then we can chat. All right, or 2 cards. So that's fine. That's fine. I can do 2 more cards. Then we have power of support. I should probably show you guys. We have power of support. It says the power of support. I am grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. And then we have heart healing. My courageous healing journey brings me, child, I cannot read today. Heart healing. My courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening in a deeper relationship with myself. Oh, I love this deck, you guys. The Soulful Woman deck. I'm telling you, like, if there was a deck that I would recommend, or like an Oracle deck, that would definitely be in my top 5. But anyway, let's get into these cards. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of time for you guys to interest, just, I feel like you guys are going to be spending a lot of time by yourself and a lot of time kind of contemplating. If you notice, like, I even want to point out, two of these three cards are like her eyes are closed. Can you see her eyes are closed? So when I'm looking at these cards specifically, I'm thinking about her not looking out into the physical for satisfaction, for love, for attention, for anything, but beginning to tap inward and realizing that you are everything that you need to be in this moment. Realizing that the things that you're looking for have to start within yourself. So if you're looking for love, take a second to ask yourself, well, do I love myself? If you're looking for attention, take a second to ask yourself, like, can I entertain myself? Like, why do I need to go out and find these things, these things from other people, or even just distractions at best? Like, so I really want to say that March is going to be a good opportunity for you guys to start thinking introspectively and trying to, ask yourself those hard-hitting questions as far as, like, for some of you guys, I'm feeling like it's like, why can't I be alone? Why can I entertain myself? Can I be by myself? Can I have peace with myself? Do I have to go and seek these things from other sources? Because, some of you guys, this challenge is like, do you think that you're good enough? So I feel like March, as far as just life is concerned, I feel like you're going to find yourself, having these opportunities to have these questions and to sit down and ask yourself these questions. I feel like for some reason you guys are not going to be that social in the month of March, which is really a good thing, because some of you guys are stepping into your spiritual journey, or even just kind of going deeper, because like I said, this is a journey. This is not okay, we're here, that's it. This is an ever-going journey. So, every day there's an opportunity to learn something. And I feel like March is going to be the month to really learn more about yourself, who you are, because you are changing whether you realize it or not. And so it's going to be slow moving for you guys. I see that, slow moving, and some healing over here. Again, it says, my courageous healing journey brings my personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. Again, it's all about introspection. It's all about finding out who you are, loving who that person is, realizing what it is that you do like, what it is that you don't like, why don't you like this, who it is that you want to be, what kind of role do you want to play in this life? Like, all of those things, March is going to be the perfect time to figure out what those answers are. Okay. I'm going to, I have these other cards. I have my Afro Avatar deck, and then I have this deck over here. So I got a lot of stuff going on, but we're gonna go ahead and continue to go forward. So yeah, March for group 1, the white group, is definitely an opportunity for a lot of self-growth. I can see you guys coming out of March even, kind of feeling different, like just exuding different energy. And I apologize if you guys can hear the obnoxious noise in the background. I don't even understand what that is or why it's necessary. Let's pull some tower moments. Okay. The Hangman. Yeah. Tower moment is coming in and saying, yeah, I think okay, the obnoxious driver with the loud bass is gone. So anyway, tower moment is coming full-fledged. I'm going to clarify with something from the top of the deck. Yep, okay, choices are going to be removed. Like I said, I feel like you guys are going to be spending some time by yourself. And so, you know, if you do consider yourself to be a very social person, March is going to be a slow month for you. Why? Because Spirit has already designed it for you to sit down somewhere, basically. Sit down and think. Some of you guys are, you know, probably not going to, for some reason, I'm hearing you're not going to have access to like TV or something like that, like a show or whatever it is that you're like, you know, preoccupying your time with. I feel like something's going to happen where it's not going to work. Like maybe your TV breaks. I mean, if I had to be very specific, I feel like some of you guys, maybe your TV's going to break, and it's not that you can't fix your TV, but maybe you just decide to like put it off and not deal with it right then and there. I want to say if your TV does break, you know, just to let you know, if your TV does break, or maybe your phone just, you know, something stops working, or maybe your account gets disabled on a social media thing, please use that as a sign, as a sign that maybe you need to kind of, you know, fast from that, abstain from those things, because there are things that are going to start happening that are going to be signs. As the Tower card is saying to me for you guys, there are signs that there needs to be some changes made. And so a lot of the options that you're used to having are going to kind of fade away. Why? And you may think that this is a very boring month, or you may even think that what I'm saying is lame or whatever, but like I'm telling you guys, some of you guys, like if you don't accept it, it feels like you're kind of going in blind, and you know, I told you guys, I love to say I told you so. So yeah, I see Tower coming in clarified by Seven of Cups, is saying your options are going to be taken from you, because I don't think that you're really getting, you're not getting to you're starting to try to skip over the part of knowing yourself. And that's something that is very important for you to do. So then you have Hangman over here that came out second, which is again, isolation. Hangman is about, going and kind of being, it's like, okay, like if you see the card, well, you can even see this card. I was going to bring up Rider-Waite, but we can even use this card. This is Boomy. This is Boomy. And I actually love this episode because Boomy was captured by the Fire Nation. I'm about to Avatar nerd out really quick. He was captured by the Fire Nation. Fire Nation was on this whole, like, we got to take control over all the other nations. And so Boomy was the king of the earth. And so they put him in this container so that he can't earthbend, basically, which is use his powers to move earth. And so, you know, Aang came, and Boomy was like one of his like old friends. So he was like, Boomy, I'm gonna help you. And Boomy was like, no, I'm supposed to stay here. And so it was kind of like, he was like, I'm in alignment in this box. Even though it doesn't make sense for my friends, they think that I'm in danger. They think that I need help. I need rescuing. Boomy was like, I'm in tune with myself. I know I'm supposed to be here. Even if this looks bad, even if this looks wrong, I'm supposed to be here, and I'm not going to leave from this position until I'm instructed otherwise. And you may be thinking, like, how would you even get that instruction? How would you even know you're supposed to be where you are? Well, that's when this mess that I keep trying to explain to you guys, some of you guys are being very stubborn, I can already feel it. That's where this comes in, because the more you start to learn yourself, the more you start to hear yourself, the more you start to shut out the world and what the world is trying to tell you, and what social media is trying to tell you, and what all these other people who are not in tune with their own selves are trying to tell you. When you stop doing that, you can hear. Wisdom comes out. And wisdom is what tells him to do this. Because if he was kind of all over the place, like a lot of us are, you know, we would be in this little position, and we would be like, oh, we are a prisoner. Oh my God, feel bad for me. Come help me, save me. I need rescuing. And sometimes it's not the wisest move. Sometimes wisdom doesn't make sense to the logical. It just doesn't, you know, because there's science, and then there's spirituality. Spirituality oftentimes cannot be explained with testing and experimenting. It just can't. It's not designed that way. And so I'm telling you guys here with the Hangman, some of you guys are supposed to be tied up. Some of you guys have to be tied up because you won't sit down somewhere and chill out. So March may be where some of you guys start to be tied up. I mean, again, I keep reinforcing this entire concept to you guys that March may be very boring, boring for you guys as far as your life, but it's going to be, if you guys do it right, probably one of the most beautiful months of your life, because I feel like there's so much for you here behind this situation. There's so much for you guys right here. Like, you guys can literally come out of this a whole different person, a person who knows who she is, knows how powerful she is able to utilize her power, is not affected by what so-and-so said or what so-and-so did, because she's stepping into her divine nature. And when she does that, not only is she requiring other people to come at her correctly, but those who can't are gonna, like, you begin, when you tap into this energy here, and you acquire that deeper relationship with yourself. And I said this in my last pick a card. Life just gets easier. It just gets easier to handle. It doesn't stop happening. Life will always life will always happen. As long as we have a breath in our body, life will happen. But the way we handle it, and the reactions, and the way that we perceive what's happening changes. And I see you guys really wisening up and being the beautiful divine feminine that I know that you guys can be. Guys, I mean by woman. Woman. Let's talk about love. What about the love life? Some of you guys may be wondering, yeah, okay, but what about the love life? Oops. Okay. My bootleg Doreen Virtue deck. Okay. We got true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And we got worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life. If you guys got divine timing from my last pick a card, I'm going to link that pick a card below. And just for shits and giggles, like, if you haven't seen that video, go watch it and tell me whether or not you got the same card, you got divine timing. Because if you did, I don't know how many times Spirit's going to have to come and show this to you, or like show up the way, where it's like right in your face. But March is going to, I want to say, and I'm going to clarify this really quick before I even say it. No, I'm going to say it and then clarify, but this feels very much like something that's going to happen and when you come out of when this part is over. And why is because, like, if you feel like, well, what do you mean, and why are you saying that? You come out of this situation, and it's like, you can even look at Boomy's situation down here as, a cocoon and a butterfly, right? You come out of this situation a new person. Why? Because you would have done all of the shadow work back here. Not all of it, but you would have done enough to where you begin to kind of, how do I say it? You begin to perceive life differently. You literally become a different person. When you go through enough shadow work, you literally become a different person, period. And so back here, you're going through all of this work. You're dealing with yourself. You're healing some of that trauma. You're getting rid of some of that baggage. You're raising in frequency and vibration. And when you come out of that situation, you come out of this box right here, because you guys are Boomy. This is the box you're in. When you come out of that, you're a different person. Guess what? Now, true love can see you. Now, the man of your dreams, the man that you've been, putting down, you've been writing down what you want on a piece of paper. You've been really asking and praying to Spirit or to God or whatever you want to call the higher power. You've been praying. You've been just on your knees, just begging, like, all those comments in the shade room where it's like, Lord, I see what you're doing for other people, right? Yeah, you're seeing what you're doing for other people, but that's the problem. You're looking around at everybody else when you really need to be doing this right here, closing your eyes, going inward, figuring out what are the things that need to change. What is it about me that needs to change so that the person that's for me can see me, right? And you do that, and guess what? They see you. You got true love. You got new love here. So not only is this person new, because you don't know him, but also this is him. This is it. And not only that, you can see him. He can see you. Y'all are like little flashlights in a dark room. You can see each other. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Now I'm going to see, because I already said, oh my God. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. Cards just throwing up all over the place. Let me shuffle. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? I just realized what it is. I'm not supposed to use this deck for that type of thing. So sorry. See, I'm a firm believer in letting the cards tell you what they're supposed to be used for. And I'm not supposed to use those cards for love, only for life and spirituality, but not love. So that's so funny because that never happens to me. And that right there, honestly, guys, that is an example of being aligned and not understanding why things are happening, because somebody can see that and be like, oh, that was weird. That was strange. Why is that happening? I don't know. But then when you start to become more in tune with yourself and what it is that you're doing, you tap into things that you're supposed to be doing, like me reading. When things happen, they mean something different to me. And so when that happens, I know immediately, like, well, not immediately. It took a second because I was like, whoa, they just spit up everywhere. It's never happened to me. Why is it happening to me? And I'm shuffling. I'm like, oh, because the cards are, I already knew that the cards, the essence was not made for that. So that's how that works. But we're going to use a regular Rider-Waite for this, but I'm going to clarify timing as far as these bootleg Doreen Virtue deck. So we have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Page of Swords. So what it's telling me here is, as I'm looking at divine timing, this is telling me it can, because you guys have to keep in mind, you're creators, right? You're creators in your own right. If you want this love to happen quickly, you're going to come into this situation being very young-minded, very immature, very just like, you know, when people say like, oh, it was just the sex, and when the sex got boring, we just faded away, or, you know, I realized that we had nothing in common. I don't even like this person outside of whatever that one thing was that attracted them to me. That's you guys, if you jump into it quickly. Because Eight of Wands is about quick movement. So it's like, do you want that kind of relationship, or are you really going to wait for it? We have Seven of Cups coming up once again in this deck. So again, it's like you have options. You can either, you know, jump for it, jump the gun. Basically, you can either jump the gun and pick someone that's probably not even for you. Page of Swords right here. Someone who's not even for you, who's immature minded, who's going to probably drive you crazy, they're not for you. Or you can wait, take your time, be a little, you know, you're alone, chill out. Page of Wands. One, I feel like this person could be an Aries. So, you know, I can even see you guys meeting not next month, but like in April or Aries season. I can see you guys meeting at maybe after you do your little soul searching moment in March. April, you're like, all right, I'm ready to get out there. I'm ready to go do something. And then you meet him, you know, he's celebrating his birthday or something, and you end up just being there. Maybe you work as a waiter or something, and you end up serving the table and that's how you meet him. Like, I could see you guys meeting each other just on happenstance, you know, after you've gotten out of this period here. And I think you'll know it's him because even though I did call Page of Swords a little trifling, because they are, Page of Swords are trifling, okay? Page of Wands are fun. You know, they're exciting. They're like, let's go. It's adventure time. You know, I want to learn you. I want to explore you. They're interested in you. Look how he's looking at this. Look how he's looking at this stick. He wants that stick, okay? He is fascinated by that stick. Do you want your man to look at you like that? You want your man to look at you the way Page of Wands looks at his stick, okay? Let me stop. I'm sorry, ciao. All right, so now we're going to pull some cards here. I forget the name. Well, the name is actually on the cards. Island Time Wellness. These are like love oracle cards. They're cute or whatever, but let's pull and see what they have for you. Again, this is about love life. That one wanted to come over. Abundance. You keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude, bliss. Gratitude and bliss. Hold on. Okay. I want to be able to see some of the words over here. Keeping a positive mindset, right? And manifesting what you want. When you begin to learn yourself, you know how you have a better understanding of what it is that you want. And I feel like for you guys, group one, the best way to do that is I'm going to pull one more from, well, let me see. I'm going to pull one more from the top. The best way for you guys to do that is to isolate yourself so that you can have the time to remove the distractions in your life so you can focus on what it is that you want. So you can focus on what that person is, because some of you guys, even though you want this, you don't know what that looks like, or you don't know how to wait for it. You're not willing to wait for it. You're impatient. And this is saying, you know, just focus on that. Don't focus on what you want. Don't focus on the lack, not focus on what you want, but don't focus on the lack or the fact that you don't have it. That's not going to get you there quicker. Okay, you speak it into existence. You speak it into fruition. You say, this is happening to me. This is happening to me. This is the man. I'm going to get the man that looks at me the way Page of Wands looks at his stick. That's that you speak that into existence. And then the last card you had was boat. Reciting what you need. What did I just say? Yeah, I didn't even see this card. Reciting what you need. You just continued. You chanted. You know, I need a man who's supportive. I need a man who's respectful. I need a man who can lead. I need a man who's going to love me the way I want to be loved. I need a man who, whatever that is, okay? Whatever that is. Progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. And last but not least, I have homework for you. And you guys specifically will need this because of what's about to happen in March. You know, the whole, you know, hangman thing. You know, that small little card there, which is not, it's actually a big deal. I mean, it's major arcana, for God's sake. Okay. All right, I'm just going to pull from the middle. My mind is light, even during the darkest day. My mind is light, even during the darkest day. Back of card says, how can I focus on positive energy today? What can I do to shift my thinking? Should it become negative? Oh, should it become negative? How can I focus on positive energy today? What can I do to shift my thinking? Should it become negative? One is talking about watching your thoughts. I talk a lot about watching your thoughts. I'm thinking about doing just isolated videos where I cover some of these topics, because I really just be in these individual pick cards preaching at people. And I think it's just better if I just kind of, you know, say the thing and then link the video where I talk at length if that's something that you guys were interested in learning, because this is a learning channel. This is not a feel-good tarot channel, okay? Well, I did a feel-good video yesterday, so it's a little hypocritical, but in totality, this is a truth and honesty and shadow work tarot channel or video channel. Oh my God, I can't talk. Not tarot channel. What is this? I'm just going to erase that. But no, this is the channel where I want you guys to, you know, yes, have fun, have some laughs, but also like I want you guys to take something from these videos. You know, learn something from these videos, something that can elevate you, something that you were like, oh, that actually is a good idea. I think I'm going to apply that. I think I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to, you know, sit and meditate on what she said to figure out if it resonates with me. So that's the kind of intention I set forth when I do these readings, right? And so this card right here specifically is like, my mind is light, even during the darkest day. First thing I want to say is the song that Kanye put out is ringing in my ears, you know, even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. That's what this is saying to me right here too. It's like the whole thing, the light and day, dark thing. But I want you guys to understand that when you're going through your self-reflection journey that we were talking about back here with these cards, even as you're going through some of this work, I don't want you guys to mistake me by thinking that this will be easy, that this will be fun, that this will be enjoyable and pleasurable. What it is necessary, 100% necessary, because I think that Spirit wants you to see, wants you to experience the evolved version of yourself. They want you to experience this life as an evolved version of yourself. There's a lot of freeing energy that comes out of growing out of a space that is really, quite frankly, it's too uncomfortable for you to be in anyway. It's why you're kind of feeling stuck. If you guys are feeling stuck, if you guys are feeling, lost, kind of out of whack, and you're just like, what is wrong with me? It's because you're needing to go through this process here. And so as you're going through it, reminding yourself that, everything, your mind has the ability to be light. And that even if you're going through something, you can always choose light. You can always choose a positive thought. You don't have to stay in that negativity. Okay. And even in the darkest day. So like even in shadow work, because that's what that makes me feel like, shadow work. He looks like a damn shadow, right? This guy right here looks like a shadow. So it's like even in shadow work, because sometimes that can be a very, very draining process, a scary process for some people. Even in that, you have to remember you are light. There's a song called I Am Light by NDRE. I suggest you guys get used to it because it's a really, really good song to go through, to listen to while you're going through tribulations or spiritual interventions or shadow work. It's a great song to listen to. Any of NDRE songs, but I Am Light is one I have on my repeat whenever I'm doing any healing work. And then this is the question that you want to ask yourself. I'll read it again. How can I focus on positive energy today? What can I do to shift my thinking? Should it become negative? So if your thinking becomes negative, how can you refocus it into positivity? I can give the answer as far as what I do and what works for me, which is reaching for a easy, feel good feeling thought, like reaching for something that makes you feel good in that moment. So if everything around you is just going to hell in a handbasket and you're just like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever, instead of focusing so much on that, reach for something that feels good. Maybe you have a really, not like reach, like physically reach. I mean, like mentally reach for something. Maybe you have a really, really nice memory of you with your mother, your father, your grandparents, Maybe you have a really nice memory of you with an animal, with your dog, your cat, your pet, Maybe you have a really nice memory of you with your friends hanging out, or maybe you haven't, at a place, whatever that thought is. They do this a lot in like practices, so like, meditation practices, not meditation, the hell is that thing called? Like psychotherapy and hypnosis. That's what I was going to say, hypnotherapy. They do this a lot where they bring you to a calm state by asking you to think about this place in your mind that feels good, or, there's a reason why they do that. It's because, when you can go back to that place, you begin to calm down. Your body physically relaxes itself, whether you realize it or not. So when you're feeling tense in these moments in the shadow work, when you're feeling kind of on edge, when you've tapped into a memory that doesn't feel good, but you need to get through it because you're looking for healing, you're looking for a release of this emotion, this negativity, whatever it is, when you get to that place and it becomes too much, practice reaching for a light, good feeling thought. What's going on, group one? You know what? I literally forgot to do your charms. They're so new, I forgot to do them. Even though it doesn't even matter. My bad. That's my bad. So let's go ahead and do some charms. We're going to pull some for you. Pull some right from the top. We have believe. We have a butterfly. We have a shell, an open shell, which is interesting. It's an open shell. And we also have a mermaid here. We have a cat's face. We have a messenger bird. We have an owl. We have the sun. And I don't know. They look like a toucan. I don't know. Is that a toucan? You guys probably can't even see it. I don't know if it's a toucan or not. It looks like a toucan. And so I want to, I'm so sorry, I forgot to go, do you guys' charms, or, you know, read you guys your charms. But so I want to point out that when it comes to like butterflies and even like the shell opening in the mermaids, I keep getting this feeling of like transformation happening. Transformation is happening. It's inevitable. It's happening for you guys. I want to point out that this charm, this cat, I feel like if you guys have a cat, I feel like you guys are going to start becoming closer and closer to your cat. You know, cats are very, very intuitive creatures. They are very, very spiritually connected creatures. They see things a lot of times. They can sense things. They can sit there and stare at portals and even spirits. So, you know, if you've been, you know, wanting a cat, I'd say, you know, go for it. If you have a cat, start to pay more attention to your cat. And I would say also just bringing down some of these other charms. I'm not going to read all of them, but I just want to point out the ones that are calling out to me. I see the owl, and the owl represents for me isolation. Owls don't typically run in packs, and they typically kind of are nocturnal animals. They typically stay at, you know, they come out in the night. So I want to say maybe kind of keep an eye out for activity at night, as far as like what you feel at night. Some of you guys may be waking up in the middle of the night a lot in March. That's only because downloads are probably going to be coming. It's nothing scary. Nothing that I ever say in these readings are meant to be scary, but you guys specifically, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if you start getting downloads in the middle of the night. So pay attention to those. And I just feel like you guys should just be opening up yourselves to what Spirit has for you in the month of March. Just remaining open, being prepared for the transformation that's taking place. Watch your cats, you know, and believe, of course, is very, you know, self-explanatory. It's just, you know, trust in the process. Believe that everything that you're doing is for your greater good. And sometimes when we're going through shadow work, it's hard for us to accept, you know, what has happened to us. It's hard for us to accept that we have to forgive. You know, sometimes it's hard. And so believe comes in to say, like, you know, I want you guys to learn how to believe in yourself, believe in that inner strength, believe in that inner goddess energy, believe in your capability to heal. You have to believe it. If you don't believe it, then there's no point to any of this. If you have no belief, then what is the point of anything? You know, it starts with the belief. That's why this is the first thing that people tackle when they're trying to manipulate you, is if they can affect what you believe, they have you. So if you believe you should be afraid of something, then you will be. And that's what manipulation is. If you believe that you're supposed to be with this person, no matter how they treat you, you will be. So, you know, I want you guys to really challenge your belief systems too. All right. So group one, I'm so sorry I forgot about you guys' charms, but that is your charm reading. And we're going to go ahead and close out now. So my bad. So group one, that is your reading. A little long, I think, but necessary, you know. So if this reading resonated in any way, Ashe, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you appreciating me. And if you haven't subscribed by now, I don't even understand it, but go ahead and do it. Okay, I forgive you. Don't worry. But I'm going to go ahead and go to group two, but I will see you guys, group one, white group, okay, in my next video. All right. Oh, and take a second to look in the description box anyway, because I'm probably going to plug some videos. So go ahead and check those out. But yeah. All right. Bye. What's going on, group two, pink group? Okay. Welcome to your reading. Again, we're doing a pick a card style. And we're going to be talking about several topics, you know, love, life, money, ka-ching, ka-ching. And yeah, really just what the cards have to say to you. Whatever the cards say is what I'm going to tell you guys. Okay. So I hope that you are ready to hear, what March is looking like for you. So we're going to go ahead and start out with like the overall kind of like the energy of like, what's going on with your life? What is life looking like for March 2022 for pink group? What is March looking like? pull from the middle, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Ageless beauty. With grace, dignity, and strength, I grow into the unique texture of my feminine soul. All right, is there any more cards for group 2, pink group? My creative power. As I invest in my own creative potential, I experience my female creative genius. Okay, so already I'm picking up specific things. I'm picking up that you guys are very mature. Okay, I'm picking up that you guys, you guys are not new to this. I'm picking up that like everything that I would say to a new person, like a person that was new into their spiritual journey, somebody who was just trying to learn, you know, like what's a stone, what's a crystal, you know, what's candle magic, what's, you know, those things, like you're beyond that, right? And so what I'm seeing now is harnessing. That's what I'm seeing from this card. Is you're past the learning stage for a lot of this stuff. Like, you know, if there was like an initiation stage, you're past that, and now you're getting ready to learn how to start harnessing, how to start intentionally creating, essentially. You're also doing more of a deeper dive into what makes you unique. You're starting to explore beyond just, you know, this is who you are, to the everyday person. And now you're kind of you're going to be tapping into what really makes you you. And I feel like you're going to be doing that without, whether, like, it's kind of like it or not, you know, you're not asking for permission. You're not even asking for guidance from anybody. This right here is true divine energy that you're tapping into here. It's truly divine energy. It's giving priestess energy. You know, it's like the phase that a woman gets to, because I know most of my subscribers are women, so I'm gonna speak to the women. It's kind of like it's kind of like that phase that women get to where, you know, they decide, you know what, I am the shit. And not in a cocky way, just in a I know who I am way. You guys are beginning to learn really who you are. You're about to get to that can't tell me nothing phase. I see you guys getting closer and closer to that, if not even reaching it in March. Like, it's like, again, it's like it's cocky, but it's not. It's kind of like well-deserved. It's kind of like you're assuming your place on the throne. So it's like, it's not cocky, it's no, I belong here. And you worked your butt off to get there. And so because of that, I can see a lot of people, like I can see friends and family mentioning like, oh, you've changed a lot. We don't recognize you anymore. Or, you know, we don't really like your attitude anymore. You know, you're going to have a lot of low vibrational people who don't know how to take you anymore. I see some of you guys experimenting in the month of March, or wanting to experiment in the month of March. You guys are testing out your skills and abilities. Some of you guys, that could be in the form of tarot. You know, you guys may be wanting to, You guys may be wanting to, buy a deck and start reading cards for yourself. You guys may want to, try, you know, creating a necklace out of stones. Like, I think that you guys have kind of been observing the spiritual community for a while, and you're just trying to find, you're just kind of thinking about what place you would be, where would you contribute, because you guys maybe want to contribute in some way. So I see some of you guys really testing out those things, but I think that whatever it is that you do, it's definitely creation. It's definitely creation. It feels like it's something to do with your hands. And that's why I said it's not like orating. It's not orating. It's something that you can do with your hands or your body. Like maybe dancing, or maybe even healing in the Reiki world, being a Reiki master. And I will say that whatever it is that you do, month of March, spend that time looking for a mentor or a teacher or a coach, someone that can provide guidance. So with that Hierophant card, there are certain ways that you're supposed to be going about whatever you're doing. And not in the name of rules, but more so in the sense that you do it effectively. It's not like somebody's trying to tell you what to do, so I don't want you to think about it that way. But there are the do's and don'ts of certain things. It's just the way this works. And for example, because I'm looking at the Hierophant, and this is teacher energy right here pertaining to you guys. So looking for a teacher, looking for a mentor, looking for someone that you can sit under while you're learning whatever this is over here. This whether that's taking a class, whether that's, signing up for, like a mentorship program, even in magic, finding someone who's kind of teaching you how to do certain things so that you can make sure that, you're doing it in a way that's going to yield better results, or even finding a practitioner who's willing to teach you, finding someone who can explain to you how to interpret, like candle melts, or burning candles, or, you want to start learning, you want to start connecting. And this is, I'm speaking to Black people, Black women, specifically. You want to start learning, root work. You want to go back to doing some of the things that your ancestors have done. Right. So, there's one way to go about it, which is to get on Google, and now you don't know whether it's authentic or not. And so sometimes it helps to connect yourself with people who are already knowledgeable. So that's a really good example of like being interested in something or being called to do something, but also understanding that you need to sit under someone who is knowledgeable, someone who is experienced. Okay. What else? What's going on in their life for March 2022? Thank you. Okay, we have 9 of Pentacles. It came in reverse. Three of Wands. I'm sensing very curious energy. Like I said, you guys are going to be trying a lot of different things. And I think you're not gonna, I don't know necessarily if you're going to have something settled in March. I think March is just going to be the month of trial and error and figuring your way out. But you definitely, with 9 of Pentacles coming in reverse, it's like you still haven't really found your thing. So I mentioned a variety of different avenues that you may be interested in taking, like, acquiring a tarot card or a tarot deck and trying to read cards and figuring out, does this mesh with me? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And some of you may go the route of trying to, create jewelry. Some of you may be going along the route of dancing or doing Reiki on people, or, the sky's the limit. There's all kinds of things that you can do that are considered helpful to people, to the collective. And I know that you guys want to do something like that. You want to be a part of that. But I also feel like there are going to be some things that you go into that, are not going to be for you, but it's all in the name of trying it to see what works, what sticks, what resonates, is a better word to explain that. But you're definitely on the right path. I see that with Three of Wands. You're definitely on the right path. I don't want you guys to get discouraged. That's also what I'm seeing with Nine of Pentacles is avoid being discouraged. Avoid being too attached to this expectation that whatever you come across, you're either going to get it right away, or it's going to come easy to you, or the first thing that you pick up is going to be what's for you, because it may not be. Learning tarot may turn into you realizing that you like to read palms, and you would have never known that had you not picked up the tarot deck. So I want you guys to keep in mind that everything happens for a reason. So don't stay locked into one specific idea so much to the point where you don't allow spirit to show you what's in front of you, and you don't allow yourself to be led. Okay, super, super important. From that point. Now we're going to talk about love, okay? Because everybody loves a good love reading, right? What's going on okay. Immediately. What else is going on in their love life? What is going on in the love life of group 2, the pink group, for March 2022, please? Thank you. I'm hearing just 2. So we have past life. You have known each other before. And then we have express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. So typically with a past life, you'll meet someone and you'll be like, oh my God, like it's, like it's one of those, like, have we met before? It's so cliche, right? It's in the movies, but it happens. It really happens in real life, guys. So keep your eyes open for that. Don't force it, but keep your eyes open for that. If you meet someone and you just seem to seamlessly, get along with them, they feel very comfortable to you. You feel like you can talk to them for hours. You feel like they know you, like they can finish your sentences. Like, just look for like little signs of that type of thing, because I see you guys meeting someone that you kind of feel like where have you been all my life? I feel like that's something that's going to be a reality for some of you guys this upcoming month. And if it is, this card is saying don't hold back. Okay? Because I feel some of you guys this is not going to be a regular relationship for you guys. This is going to probably be very quick. It's not going to make any sense to a lot of people. And that's probably one of the reasons why you did all the work in the beginning to like get to the point where you don't really look for other people's, like I said before, like you don't look for other people's acceptance of what it is that you're doing. You go off of what you're feeling. Well, I want you guys to apply that same concept with love. Okay? So, like I said, some of you guys are going to be meeting someone that feels very familiar, like you've always known them. And when you meet them, I don't want you guys to hold back. I want you guys to be honest with your feelings. Now, I'm not saying go run away with them or put yourself in a dangerous position. We still have to be smart here. And I also want you to understand that these things that I'm saying, they have to resonate with you, because this isn't a personal reading. Not everything that I'm saying is supposed to be for you. Okay? The messages that I'm saying have to sit with you. They have to settle in your spirit first. And after that happens, if it's something like, okay, no, that really makes sense, like that, she's really speaking something that's present in my life, well, then that's for you. Okay, so then we have the Axe card, and it says breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. And then it has runner over here. She's a runner. She's a track star. Okay, runner. In a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. Okay, that's a lot to unpack. So between these cards, there's also some separating that you need to do. There's some sort of really negative, toxic situations that you're in. Now, it may not necessarily be a love relationship, because we're still doing the love segment of this reading. So for those of you guys who are in relationships that you know are toxic, you know, like it's not rocket science. You maybe don't want people to tell you that, but you know that it's toxic. It's not going anywhere. I'm here to kind of basically tell you that, you know, like whatever it is that you're using to justify putting yourself through that, putting that other person through that, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Okay, I want you guys to also keep in mind, love is not good enough. You love them is not a good enough reason to stay in a toxic relationship. I don't care what anybody says. Because, you know, you can love them all you want, but if y'all aren't supposed to be together, or maybe not right now, all you're doing is prolonging that. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. And some of you guys will never rip the Band-Aid off, and you'll try to you'll be sitting there trying to figure out why you spent your entire life miserable with this person. Okay, so if you're in a codependent relationship, if you're in a relationship that's very toxic, very ego-centered, and you or the other person is kind of just like either you, the other person, or even just both of y'all, you know that it's just not, this is not it. It's not where it's at. It's wrong in every sense of the way. It's hard to be with them. You're always arguing. You know, you find yourself having more unpleasant times than pleasant times. If that's you, then break away. It's time to separate. It's time to leave out of that situation. Oh, let me not forget. Let me pull these cards out. Hold on. What's going on with money? Wheel of Fortune. We have Nine of Wands. We'll pull one more. Thank you. I see favor happening. I see things happening in your favor. And, you know, some of you guys maybe have kind of been experiencing a bit of a rough patch when it comes to finances. Some of you guys have been feeling like your back is against the wall. You're feeling a lot of pressure, and it's probably been driving you very crazy. And I just kind of feel like favor is kind of coming towards you in the month of March. You're probably going to be getting some relief in the month of March. I would definitely spend new moon, you know, doing a money spell to kind of quicken that and to kind of concentrate that energy on, you know, money. I would definitely say that, you know, money is coming. But, you know, it never hurts to do a spell when you feel like, you know, money is coming. It doesn't hurt to put some concentrated attention and intention on that aspect. So yeah, I would do a simple money spell. And yeah, I mean, I feel like the days of you really stressing out over here about what's happening and when is this going to get easier? You know, I don't know if some of you guys have maybe been stepping out on faith and trying to do your own thing, but you know, I do feel like, you know, the sales may be coming, the bookings may be coming, the consultations are coming, whatever it is that you're doing, I feel like there's some relief coming towards you. So ashe to that. And then last but not least, we're going to end this reading with some homework. You know, this is my homework deck. So this card says, my heart is open. My heart is open. Back of card says, what can I do to open my heart a little more today? Who can I show more love to? Who can I show more love to? That's a really good question to ask yourself as you're trying to figure out what exactly it is that you want to do and how you want to contribute to this world. Some of you guys, like I said, March is going to be a very experimental month for you guys. I see you guys kind of playing around with resources. I see you guys playing around with, I feel like I'm just getting this energy of like experimental. when it comes to expression, when it comes to creativity. So, you know, if you feel like you want to join a class for something, go join a class. If you feel like you want to go, you know, poke in at a seminar or sign up for a meeting or whatever, you know, don't, um, whatever it is, if it's in the name of creativity, I would definitely say explore it. Okay. I definitely say explore it and, let yourself just try it. Just go out there and see what happens. Worst case scenario, you didn't like it or it didn't resonate, it didn't fit, and you just keep it moving, you know? But I definitely feel like, you know, your heart is in the right place. I feel like you will get to that place where, you know, everything is kind of in alignment. And I also want to point out, because something is telling me to let you guys know, like, you know, don't focus so much on how it's supposed to come to you. Don't focus so much on how it's supposed to come to you, because sometimes we over obsess with the method and we don't focus on the passion and the drive. And sometimes the method just comes as it goes, as it comes to you. Like it'll just come to you. And I don't want you guys to cause yourself to be stuck in a rut because you're not actually trying something because it has to be perfect. Because one of you guys, someone somewhere has a lot of, you know, like perfectionist energy, and this is the time for experimenting and exploring without necessarily being so attached to a specific outcome. Okay, so we have a few charms here. So we actually have 2 dragonflies. We have a crown here, which is funny because I think I mentioned earlier, you know, stepping up, taking your place on the throne, and, you know, kind of just, you know, really getting to the place where you're like, yeah, I know who I am, I know what I am, and now you're just trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. And the nameplates we have are beautiful. So we have beautiful, we have enough, we have grace, we have beautiful 2 times. So some of you guys, faith again, well, no, we have faith and then we have dream. I feel like some of you guys are going to really be stepping up your, well, the thing is, okay, I'll say it like this. When you become, so there are these phases. This is my theory. This is something that I came up with. I've never heard anyone else talk about it, but I'm just going to say it. But a woman has, in my opinion, 3 distinct phases. There is the maiden phase, there's the queen phase, and then there's the goddess phase. And all women mostly start out in the maiden phase, and then we evolve as we go through our own personal journey, especially spiritually, because once you get to goddess phase, that's all spiritual. That's being able to be an intentional creator. And so I feel like you guys within this tier structure would be stepping into you're moving from queen phase into goddess phase, basically. And so I feel like, you know, when I see beautiful, it's not so much about the physical, it's about your soul and how it radiates. And your soul is very bright and beautiful and big. And I just see so much favor for you guys, group 2. I see a lot of favor. I have angel wings right here. I see a key. I see a butterfly. And to me, I'm just seeing you guys with so much love and adoration around you. Whatever it is that you end up deciding to do that helps people, people are going to be so appreciative of you. People are going to love you. You're going to have real fans of your work, fans of who you are, whatever this is. You have favor on your side. I see that with the angel wings. I see you being able to move fluidly and fluently, however it is that you want. Money not being that big of an issue. And I see the key here. And key represents access. It represents the abilities over unlocking, basically doors being unlocked, and metaphorically, you being able to walk through said doors. And then I see 3 winged animals, or no, actually 4, because flamingos have wings too. They just don't. Do flamingos fly? I don't know if flamingos fly, y'all. I've never seen a flamingo fly before. But I digress. You have 4 winged animals, and then you have angels with wings. And so it's like, I see movement. I see you moving around. I really wouldn't be surprised if you became some sort of dancer, or some sort of like something that has to do with moving around, moving your body, moving your hands, like even Reiki master. I see you guys doing something with movement, but I see you guys being able to freely move the way you want to, not being bound by a specific job, but being able to be mobile, basically. So yeah, that's what I get with you guys, group 2. If this reading resonated in any way, ashe, ashe, I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful for you guys for watching. And I appreciate you guys for appreciating me. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to your sister group, group 3. But I will see you guys, group 2, in my next video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do both of us a favor and just go ahead and do it, so you don't forget, so you don't miss out on any of my videos or any other random things that I do here. And yeah, that's it. I'm just going to go ahead and go over there, but you guys have a great rest of your day and rest of your week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. What's going on, purple group 3? I am so excited to give you guys your reading. We are talking about March 2022, what to expect, what is coming towards you, what's going on, basically. So we're going to start with the Soulful Woman Oracle deck. I'm going to shuffle real quick. Try not to hit the microphone anymore, but no promises. What's going on with group 3, purple group? What's going on with them for March 2022, please? These cards are a little stiff. That's interesting. I'm going to pull from the middle. All right, so the first one we have is the power of support. I'm grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. I feel the word gratitude coming out with this card, and specifically being able to look around and see like who's really for you, and loving on them would be a great opportunity for like an exercise for you to do in the month of March. Is sometimes we get so caught up with like, our day-to-day lives that we don't take a second to hold gratitude or to appreciate the people that show up in our lives the way that we need them to. And I don't want you guys to take that for granted. So I definitely would say, spend some time in March, maybe, loving on the people around you, loving on the people that are giving you that support and attention that, sometimes we all need at some point in life. I think that would be a really good opportunity for you to kind of cherish them, and it also gives them an opportunity to feel loved by you as well. So I would definitely say that would be a good opportunity. That would be an opportunity to do. And this card says, asking opens a pathway. When I ask questions of my inner being, I discover that beautiful and helpful answers always come to me. Asking opens a pathway. When I ask questions of my inner being, I discover that beautiful and helpful answers always come to me. Some of you guys, I feel like maybe you're in this place where what rings true to me is sometimes on our journey, excuse me, on our journey of life, sometimes we get into these funks, or we get into these places where we feel lost. We feel like we've lost our way. And it gets harder and harder to find people that understand where you're coming from and can also lend you advice. And one of the things that I've learned to get really good at is going inward and asking myself for advice. Something that we don't really teach or talk about growing up as kids, but you get older and you start to learn that, a lot of the things that you're looking for, the answers they're all inside. And so the fact that this card is saying, ask questions of my inner being, and, realizing that the helpful answers, come from that is reminding you that you are an extension of Source. And because you're an extension of Source, you have a connection to the higher power. And so because of that, you have a connection to wisdom. You have a connection to just knowing stuff. You have a connection to being intuitive, to being psychic. You have a connection to solving your own problems. All of that is inside of you, and all of that is accessible. It just depends on, whether or not you're going to reach for that. I can see for some of you guys, March can be a really good opportunity for you guys to focus on or practice looking for answers within yourself and not going to other people for them. And instead go to the people that are around you that you love and just appreciate for being in your life. Instead, go to those people, and spend time with them. Do something nice for them. It doesn't have to cost you money. It could even just be spending time with them or calling them up if you can't physically see them and just giving them some of your time. But I feel like a moment to appreciate the things around you while also practicing talking to the source inside of you can go a long way. I feel like some of you guys are going to be inclined to start doing some of those things, and I feel like the answers that you're looking for, because some of you guys, like I said, you're in this rut where you're looking for answers and maybe Google doesn't have them, and maybe friends and family don't have them, and so you feel like, well, there's no solution to this, so I'm just going to stay here. And it's really, I'm reading these cards upright just for clarification. But you may be thinking, well, I'm just going to stay here in this rut because no one has the answer. But you really need to learn how to seek within for the things that you're looking for, okay? Now, as far as the other parts of life, you have Two of Wands here, and then you have the Knight of Wands, right? Very interesting. So a lot of wand energy going on over here. March is going to come with a lot of decision making. March is going to come with you guys needing to actually commit to something. You're being asked to commit to something. You're being asked to make a move that is going to basically cause you to pick, like, right or wrong, left or right, not right or wrong, but like you're being asked to make a decision basically. Okay. And this card is coming in, the Queen of Wands is coming in to clarify that you're ready to make that decision. Maybe you guys haven't made it because you feel like, oh, I'm not capable of it, or I'm not ready yet, or there's still so much that I need to do, I need to learn, I can't do this yet, I can't commit to this. And this card is saying whatever that commitment is, you're definitely ready to do it. Again, it's all about remembering who you are, where this card comes into play. It's all about remembering who you are back here. And when you remember who you are, it'll allow you to make that decision. And also figuring out what that decision is or what's best for you comes again from practicing opening pathways and opening yourself up to the answers that Source has for you. And that can come from within. You don't need an outside person to give you that information or give you those answers. But also, I want you to practice walking fearlessly. Okay, don't doubt yourself so much. Spend the month of March challenging those limiting belief systems, those limiting belief patterns that you have. Challenge those, and instead of saying you can't, say that you can. Instead of saying, it's impossible. Well, it may be possible though. Like, how would you know? The fact that you decided that it's impossible, it stops the momentum right there in its tracks. So, we begin to kind of practice watching our thoughts and, challenging the negative thoughts. Oh, that's impossible. Why does it have to be impossible? Where is the limitation coming from for you to believe that it's impossible? Because the concept is, like, for example, at one point in someone's life, years and eons ago, it was impossible to conceive that a human being could fly in the air. And yet planes were created. It's impossible for somebody to think that you can take, metal and equipment and make it to where a person can go from 0 to 80 miles an hour. They were all running around on horses. That was impossible at one point, I'm sure. And now it is. So you don't know what you don't know. And when you limit your beliefs, you don't even allow your mind to explore the possibility because you've just already decided it's not capable, it's impossible. So we want to challenge that and walk fearlessly in whatever this decision is. And don't doubt yourself. Okay. Also with the 7 of Wands, I wanted to clarify what is this energy? Because I feel like there's like false. I'm going to clarify some more. So there's like, if there's someone in your life that is very commanding or is very like you feel like they don't let you, like they don't really see you for who you are. They don't really allow you to be yourself. They're very much like authoritarian. Like they need you to do a certain thing a certain way, and they kind of make you feel like you can't really express yourself the way that you want to express yourself, but they're posing as someone that's for you. I want you to kind of keep in mind that there may come a point in time in March where you guys butt heads. Because as you're learning to express yourself, as you're learning to, go and ask yourself internally what's going on, maybe there's a person in your life that you're used to asking these questions to. They may feel some kind of way that you're not consulting with them or that you're not taking their advice seriously or taking their advice at all. They're going to feel some kind of way. And I just want you guys to prepare yourself for a possible conflict or an issue or disagreement to happen. And just know that, this person, even though they do probably care about you, they are not capable of really providing you with what you need during this journey. I think they do kind of, they feel like they have the best intentions for you, but it's just not possible because of 7 of Swords here. It's just not possible. They're playing a role that they think they're supposed to play, mostly because they're probably getting something from you. They're trying to get something from you. So I would keep your eyes open for that. And I would probably try to keep them at distance while you are going down this trek and, tapping into that Queen of Wands energy. Okay, so that's what's going on in your life. That could be friends, family, just day to day. But we're going to talk about the love life right now. So what's going on with the love life? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So there's a thing for you right there. So some of you guys who are, deep into your single season, or maybe you already have somebody, but you're just kind of in a dry place, like a dry spell with them. Like, things are not really exciting. Things are just kind of like very dull and boring. This card is saying, there's hope that something may be changing in the month of March. Okay, so you may, if you're single, I can see you being, like there's the opportunity for you to go and meet someone new or go on a date or something. And so, I want you guys to stay optimistic that, what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you're desiring from your person, or if you don't have a person and you're in your single season, from a person, is very possible. I think that's the word that I keep wanting you guys to kind of challenge yourself is when you say something is impossible or not, or like it can't happen, like when you immediately reject it. I want you guys to start challenging yourself to not listen to that voice. Okay, what else? Whoa. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay, so they're saying, don't take yourself so. Some of you guys, I feel like, are taking yourself seriously, and this card is saying, don't take yourself seriously. Don't take yourself so seriously. It's okay to play around. It's okay to be a little flirtatious. Okay, put it out there. Not super, super out there. Like don't like get all in the person's face, but kind of, get like subtly put it out there. Like, you guys know how to flirt. I'm sure you guys know how to flirt. But yeah, it says, I think I read it, I'm not sure, but it says, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Go back to being that carefree person. I feel like some of you guys are really in your head about a lot of things, and maybe you feel like you have every right to be, but there is a part of you that's very carefree, that's very fun and easygoing. And that is what you're wanting to use when you're talking to, somebody that you are attracted to, or someone that you're crushing on, or even if it's someone that you're just like, you just want to flirt because you want to flirt. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I definitely want you guys to kind of just come very lighthearted, and don't have so much expectation. I just want to point that out too. I'm feeling like that needs to be said for some reason, that some of you guys are focusing so much on like something needing to be a specific way, and I need you guys to kind of go with the flow and relax a little bit, be a little bit more fluid as far as like what spirit is trying to bring into your life. So, when you flirt with someone, don't have the expectation that you're going to get their number, or that y'all are going to date, or that y'all are going to get married. Like, don't do that. Just take it for what it is. It's a flirtatious moment. Enjoy it and move on. This card says, not enough. Frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues, jealousy. Yeah, those of you guys who are kind of feeling those emotions, I feel like March really can be that month where things start to turn. That it can really turn around. I mentioned earlier, like if you're in a relationship, and you're kind of getting bored a little bit, or you're happy in it, like this card is coming in and it's like that reminder that, the relationship is not doomed. Okay. It's not doomed. You're just in a dry spell. Every relationship has its ups and downs and trying times. And that's totally normal, because we're people, and we go through things individually and together. It doesn't mean we have to throw the entire relationship away. I feel like we're so quick sometimes to dismiss people or leave people because they don't do what we want, and we don't even realize that, there was room to salvage that. I'm not saying stay in relationships if deep down you're not supposed to be in them, but some of us are walking away from people that like prematurely. I'll say it like that. We're walking away prematurely because things didn't go well, or, we didn't get our way. And, I thought this was going to be easy, and it's not. And, it's spoiled. You're very spoiled in that way. Not you, but I'm saying like people are. And so because of that, we think that as soon as there's any sort of even small slight bit of chance that there's a fire somewhere, we have to run away and leave. And it's like, but what do you think you could have learned if you would have possibly continued to stay with that person and work through it? Like, how would you guys have been able to grow? So it's just something to think about. Group 3, your homework card is, today I choose to nourish my body by making healthy choices. Today I choose to nourish my body by making healthy choices. Some of you guys, I know we talked about at the beginning of the reading, not this reading, but the earlier reading, I think it was one of the moon readings, where, some of us, like, we set these intentions at the beginning of the year to like, oh, we're gonna, we're gonna go to the gym 3 times a month, or 3 times a week, and we're gonna eat really clean, and we're gonna work out and be fit, and yada, 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 right? Then we get to March, and it's like, we felt all the way off. Like, I haven't been to the, you're like, I haven't been to the gym in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's like sometimes life gets ahead of us and we end up kind of shifting our priorities around. But I think this card is saying, start making the choice today in the month of March to be better. Start making the choice in the month of March to go back to what your initial goals was. Okay. If your goal was health and fitness and, making healthy choices like this card is saying, then go back to doing that. The question on the back of the card, which is your homework card, which is something that I want you guys to kind of, think about, ponder. It says, what foods will I avoid today? How will I reiterate this affirmation to myself when I crave something that doesn't align with my health goals? Okay, so this is about making a plan. This is about making a plan and being conscious of what it is that you're putting in your mouth. So this is going to be a challenge. This is a challenge, meaning a good thing, not like a challenge like difficult, but I'm saying like this would be very, very helpful for those people who have a binge eating struggle. Okay. Why? Because, you're having to, sometimes when you're in the middle of a binge cycle, you're not fully conscious of what you're doing or the magnitude of what you're doing. I know I'm speaking from experience of having had struggle with that for a lot of my life. It's like, you get into these cycles or these zones where you're not focusing on what it is that you're doing. You're not realizing how much of what you're eating or how unhealthy it is or how it can impact your health later. None of that is what you're focusing on. So I would say that this would be a good opportunity for those of you guys who struggle with food struggles. I don't want to say disorders. I just don't want to say, that word doesn't resonate with me to say. So I'm just going to say those of you guys who struggle with food in any way, shape, or form. Something like this may be something that you may find helpful. I'll repeat it again. It says, what foods will I avoid today? So, I'm going to wake up today. I want to eat healthy. So that means I'm going to limit the junk food. I'm going to stay out of the middle aisle of the grocery store. I'm just going to get the fruits and the vegetables and go home. I'm going to maybe go on a fast where I don't eat sweets or candy, or sodas or something like that. Like I'm currently actually on a fast. So this is very interesting that this card comes out because I'm currently on a fast, so that, for health reasons and spiritual reasons, of course. So, maybe something like that resonates with your spirit. It says, how will I reiterate this affirmation to myself when I crave something? So when you get into that place where you're like, oh, I'm craving something. First and foremost, I want you guys to kind of group 3. Now would be a good opportunity also to start researching parasites that are inside of you because of the food choices that you've been making and some environmental and lifestyle choices, but mostly food choices, and how to eliminate those parasites, because those parasites oftentimes are the things that are craving, the grains and the fruit and the grains and the sweets, so you're like, oh my God, I'm just really craving bread. It may not be you craving it. It may be the parasites, and I know that's kind of a really creepy subject. I went down this really weird rabbit hole on TikTok about parasites recently, and it's just been in the forefront of my mind. So I'm just like, now all of a sudden I'm having these conversations with my loved ones about parasites, and we're doing cleanses, and it's a whole thing. But anyway, my point is that figuring out what affirmation you can recite to yourself whenever you're feeling that urge to go and indulge in something that you really don't want to indulge in is going to definitely be something that aids you. Now I'm going to pull a couple of, some just from the top. Some charms. So let's see what we got. We got blessed. We got another blessed. Okay, so blessed 2 times. I heard that. We have enough. We have a foot. We have hand, flower, have sun, music, and we have a key. Okay, so the fact that we have blessed 2 times, I'm not even gonna try to ignore that. You have favor. I feel like you kind of, when you walk into alignment, there's this feeling that like there's nothing that you will have to really struggle for in that sense. Like I feel like life is going to get a little sweeter when you begin to start depending on yourself and looking into yourself for those answers, those hard hitting answers. I think sometimes you're getting wrong advice, or you're getting advice that's not for you, that's not helping you, because you're asking people who don't understand you, or people who don't vibrate at that level, or people who are not vibrating at the level that you're trying to be. It's like asking someone who is drunk all the time how to be sober. It just doesn't make sense. It's not the wisest thing, personally, to ask that question to someone who struggles with this thing day in and day out. And so that I just kind of see you guys kind of like finding more and more favor with actually deciding to consult with yourself, listen to yourself, sit with yourself, get the answers, and let your inner self, your inner soul guide you. Okay, I see a lot of happiness coming from that, and a lot of access. I look at keys as access, and so I see favor coming with that. I see growth possibilities happening with you guys with this flower in full bloom. I see growth happening with you guys. I want to point out also, meditating and looking as far as relationships go, spending time with your partner, meditating. I would even say here with this symbol, this music symbol here, like meditating to music, maybe listening to music with your partner, going dancing. I feel like dancing would be something that's very helpful for you guys. I mentioned dance in group 2, but for some reason, you guys, I'm feeling like dancing, not in the sense of like, this is what I do, but like going dancing, listening to music, just zenning out with some music, not like, or even not like, like I'm talking like high vibe music, like good soulful music, or even just like, instrumentals. Something that you can just kind of zen out and vibe out to, or maybe going and listening to live music, maybe something that you and your person can go and do. Maybe that's something that they have been wanting to do and you can surprise them, or something they may be surprising you with. But I see like music being something that's integrated into your life in the month of March. And I just want to say that all in all, group 3, March is going to be a very explorative month for you guys when it comes to making the decision that's coming towards you, or the decision that you're facing right now. I see you guys being able to get more clarity once you start consulting with yourself, once you start doing what this card over here is saying, which is asking for pathways to be open and being able to seek the answers from yourself and not so much from these other sources, these other outlets. I see you being able to have the clarity that you're looking for when it comes to that in this card. So I hope this reading provided some clarity and guidance, and if it did, ashe, ashe, I'm grateful for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you as always, and I appreciate you for appreciating me. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my videos. I'm going to go ahead and sign out now, group 3, but I will see you guys in my next video. All right?